Okay, so let's
There
do
may
this
be a
then.
lot of
Let's do
people that
this.
agree with you, but it doesn't make it a fact.
Let's do this then. Can I hit the lottery?
That's a possibility. Life is
Okay,
based
hold
on
on, hold on, just
probability.
hold on, man, hold on. You said it's possible, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't live our lives based on possibilities, though. We live our lives based on probabilities.
That's what I'm telling you,
Those
man.
are two different
Listen,
things.
hold on. If you admit that it's a possibility for me to hit the lottery.
Yeah, but we don't live our lives
Ma'am,
based on
hold
possibility.
on. Do my probabilities increase the more I play?
No. I was married almost 20 years.
Do you mind if I ask you how old you are?
I'm 56, so I don't have any problem dating now. Not at all.
Ma'am, do you really believe that?
Oh, it's the truth.
So basically, you live a sexual life.
No, I'm not having sex with anyone.
So why did you say you date frequently?
I said dating doesn't mean you're having sex. Not for me, anyway.
Ma'am, men are typically not wasting their time with a woman who's not
You
interested
can't
in a
speak for all
relationship.
men. That's the reason I said whiny men. You can't
Man,
speak
we're
for
talking
all
about
men.
men in general.
You
So,
can't
ma'am,
speak for all men.
I'm asking you this. Okay, so let me ask you this, just so we can be reasonable. Do you agree that more than half of the men on the planet who are heterosexual desire sex?
You're trying to quantify an opinion. You can't. You cannot quantify something that
Ma'am,
you believe.
but listen, let's be reasonable human beings.
With things. See, what you're trying to do is quantify something that you can't. You can
It's
quantify the
fine, it's
number
fine.
of
We can leave
people
this
that are.
alone. Ma'am, I'm going to tell you this though.
What?
Ma'am, I'm just being respectful. There are no quality men who would lock in with you on a level. You're very disagreeable.
That is not true. You can't make that statement.
Well, it's my opinion. It's my very
So
strong
that's
opinion.
not a fact.
You're right. It's not a fact.
I just only kind of interjected this because you're trying to pass off how you feel and your perspective like it's fact, and it's not.
Okay, so let's
There
do
may
this
be a
then.
lot of
Let's do
people that
this.
agree with you, but it doesn't make it a fact.
Let's do this then. Can I hit the lottery?
That's a possibility. Life is
Okay,
based on
hold
probability.
on, man. Hold on. You said it's possible, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't live our lives based on possibilities, though. We live our lives based on probabilities.
That's what I'm telling you,
Those
man.
are two different things.
Listen, hold on. If you admit that it's a possibility for me to hit the lottery.
Yeah, but we don't live our lives based on possibility.
Do my probabilities increase the more I play?
No. Because possibility is what you're talking about. You just asked, does your probability...
I need to make sure that you understood
Maybe
that question.
you're unsure of what you're saying.
Ma'am, I have to ask you again.
I heard everything you said.
You said it's possible for a human to hit the lottery, right?
I said it's possible for you to get in a car accident every time you drive your car, but it doesn't stop you from driving it.
Unreasonable you are?
I'm not unreasonable. You're just not prepared for me.
Ma'am, you're taking this to some crazy places, and I can prove what I'm saying, and you can't. Now, this is factual. This is a fact. The more I play, the more my chances of winning increase. That is a fact.
That's possibility.
It is a fact. It is a fact, ma'am.
Is it a fact that the more you drive, the more chances you're going to have an accident?
Ma'am, stop it.
I'm just giving you another example.
You're being unreasonable.
Now, what you want me to do is just agree with you.
There's 575 people in here. You are allowing people to see how unreasonable a woman can be. And you're
There's some people that are agreeing with me.
Light.
Are you reading your comments? Some people are agreeing with me.
He said she never stops talking.
Well, he's not stopping talking either. I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk.
Ma'am, get out of your feelings.
I'm not in my feelings. That's another thing that you like to do. That won't work on me.
So if you're not in your feelings,
I'm not.
What is it that is compelling you to keep from admitting that everyone's odds increase the more they play?
So who took their glasses off their face? It looks like you're more emotional than me.
That's
you're
fine.
The one that slung your glasses, not me.
But ma'am, But see, I can still be a rational man and not let my
But you're
emotions affect the
accusing me.
outcome of my life.
Whose emotions are up front? Mine aren't.
Hey, I am, and I'm gay
Of
right now.
course.
So let's get it all out. Hey, let's get all the insults out of the way. I'm gay right now too. Okay, I'm a loser and I'm poor. So hopefully all that's out the way.
That's
Okay,
just you
that's fine. That's fine. So
projecting.
let's get to this.
You're projecting, sir.
Do you know what projecting means?
Absolutely. It's what you're doing right now.
Ma'am, tell me what projecting is.
I mean, what you're doing. You're projecting what you
Tell
really
me
feel
how.
about yourself, trying to put that onto me. The whole thing about stop being emotional, the very
Ma'am, it
person who
wasn't
slung his
projecting, it was
glasses
being
off of his face,
sarcastic.
you're literally holding your forehead because you're frustrated.
I'm going to ask you a
You're
question,
literally
Jen.
deflecting.
I'm going to ask you a question, Jen.
Okay.
And Jen, we know we're just honest up here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jen, I have to ask you, and I'm pretty sure I know the caliber of men who approach you, Jen.
Yes.
Woman who behaves like this, the men who approach you, do you think any of them would deal with this?
So first off, ma'am, Kimberly Denise,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be very respectful. I
Mm-hmm.
also want to be respectful of age, be
But
very
hold on,
problematic.
Jen, you know me. I'm not going to let you get away with it. Jen, I'm asking you, I'm pretty sure I know the caliber of men who approach you. Do
Yes.
you think that they would be open to what you've been hearing lately from Miss Kimberly?
No.
And listen, this isn't a show, like, I'm very respectful of age. Very. Like, I hold it very high, right?
I am too. I am too.
Yeah, so there is no shot being taken at you, Miss Kimberly.
Me
But
saying
listen,
that
Miss
I'm
Kimberly, you're
strong
pushing it
is
away
what
from
I'm
where.
saying is that me saying that I'm strong does not indicate that I believe men are weak, because I
Hey,
don't
Miss
believe
Kimberly,
that.
hold on. I got to get this conversation. It's
I
like you
can
went
very
somewhere else.
much be led by a
But
strong man.
hold on, Miss Kimberly. You went somewhere else with this. What she's saying is, ma'am, you're coming off as strong and
Because
aggressive. And
that's how you perceive it.
no, ma'am, you just told me you went against a fact, and I'm going to ask you
Is your
again. Oh,
perception reality?
that's a fact,
I'm
ma'am.
asking
It's
if
a fact. We
perception
can
is
prove it,
reality.
ma'am. Let me ask you one
You
more
can't
time.
answer the question. I'm asking
No,
you a
ma'am, you
direct
won't even
question
stop talking.
because you won't answer the
You never
question.
stop talking,
I have stopped talking. I let Jen say everything she wanted to say.
ma'am. It's my show,
And I asked if I could speak to her.
and you kept speaking, ma'am. Like
I'm
how
asking
long?
you, do you believe your perception is reality?
What is the perception? Who are you talking to?
You just said that I come across as strong. That's your perception.
Ma'am, you won't let anybody talk.
There are the
Yes, it's
glasses
reality.
again.
Listen, Miss Kimberly, I want to ask you again. You you admitted to me that if I play the lottery, I can win. Now I'm going to ask you, the more I play, does it increase my odds of winning?
I mean, that's just basic common sense. Yes.
Ma'am, why did I have to pull that out of you?
You didn't
You
have to
have
pull
bucked
that
against
out, but
that since
again,
the
it
example
doesn't
came up.
change the fact that you're talking about possibility.
Does the word
And
possibility
it doesn't change
listen,
the
ma'am,
fact that your
do
perception is
possibilities
not
exist?
real.
Do
I'm sorry?
possibilities exist? And do we have to utilize that term throughout our daily lives?
We use probabilities in our daily lives.
So men
I
or
can
women
give you an
who men
example.
men or women who build themselves up into successes, what is utilized to do that? It's probabilities, right, ma'am? It's formulas. Formulas that have
So are
worked.
you speaking about possibilities or probabilities now?
Ma'am, I don't even typically care about possibilities. I am a man of probabilities and increasing odds.
But you, from just seeing me on the screen and talking to me, you've decided that I could not attract high value men. And that's not true.
Ma'am, this has been a most unpleasant. Listen to what they're saying in the comments, ma'am.
I'm just telling you.
Ma'am, okay, you said you're 56, right?
Yep.
Do you believe your dating value has went up or down?
I don't think about it in that way. I know who I am, so I'm not kind of tripping on it. I don't really need anybody to validate me, so it's probably a difficult question.
Yes, you do if you're
Do
going
I
to
believe
date,
that
ma'am.
I believe that I would have probably more opportunity or even desire to date when I was younger? Absolutely. So I agree with you on that. But it doesn't mean that I have trouble dating. And I think that's where you're getting it confused, because I
Will you
don't.
admit that you have more trouble dating now
I
than
do
you did
not.
when you were
I
20?
do not
Come
have
on,
trouble
man.
dating.
See, you talk so much. You talk so
You
much. You
asked
don't
me
even
if I
know.
have trouble dating. I
Ma'am,
don't.
you answer before you even hear what someone's saying.
You
And that
just
is
said, do
terrible
I
of
have
you.
trouble dating? I don't.
I did not ask you that.
You did. This is what I do.
And you are a terrible woman,
Oh,
ma'am.
no, I'm great at it. I'm just telling you, I don't have trouble dating. Why is that such a
Ma'am,
difficult
if you will
concept?
keep your mouth shut long enough for me to finish, I
See,
want
see,
to
but
ask
see what you're
you,
doing?
do you think, just logically, let's remove you from it. Do you think a woman who is at 56 has more trouble dating at 56 than she did when she was 22?
Yeah,
So you do have more
I
problems
don't,
dating than
but
when you
some
were
women may.
22.
I don't. Some women may, though.
Hey, brother, I just pulled you up, man, just seeing you.
You have to understand the type of person that you're talking to. She's professional. You said you were a lawyer, right, Miss Kimberly?
That is correct.
Hold on,
This
BJ.
woman, you're not
BJ,
gonna outtalk this woman.
BJ,
You're
tell me
not
how
gonna
your day
outtalk
going, my
her. You're
brother.
not gonna. She does it for a living. She's got a
BJ,
degree in it. What's up?
tell me how your day going, brother.
I can't lose, man. I just left the office, baby. My daughter's birthday was this weekend. We celebrated her all
That's what
weekend.
I'm talking about.
Happy
Yeah,
belated
man.
birthday.
Thank you, Miss Kimberly. I appreciate that. Do you
Hey,
not
man, you haven't
understand?
been here long, man. You
What?
haven't been here long, man. Like, I'm telling you right now, brother, like, and people don't understand. This is why men do not typically want like what society would deem as professional women. It's unbelievable. It's difficult to even hold a regular
Again, you
common
can't
sense
quantify
conversation.
that for all men.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. He can. He'll put it in better. BJ, let me ask you this. You don't think that most men in the world are sexual driven?
No, men are motivated by sex, but men are not emotionally tied to
Right.
women through sex.
Right. But see,
Absolutely not. We
he
don't.
says that I can't speak for all men when I say most men are sexually driven. That's a fact.
I agreed with
Right.
you on that.
Okay.
Did you not hear me agree?
So okay. So you agree. So you agree that most
Ma'am, you
men.
must have just agreed 2
That's not
seconds.
true. I agree with you. You were just so emotional you couldn't hear me. I
Hey,
agree
I'm
with you
about to
that
end this
men.
live and go get me a
I
therapist.
agree with you that most men drive with sex first, but you
Man, well,
keep
why did
trying
I
to
have to make
say,
the analogy
you
to you
keep
that if
trying
a
to
man is
say,
driving down the street and he sees a
I
woman,
was just telling you that you can't quantify it and make it all men, sir. I'm not in the business of trying to date them all. I have a very select few that I would even
so
entertain.
you're telling
So
me that
all
you
I'm
do
saying is
agree
that
that most men are sexually driven?
I mean, that's just biologically, absolutely.
Man, why did you do this to me?
I didn't do anything to you. You just couldn't
I
hear me.
told you.
I
You
agree
gotta
with you.
understand. Let me tell you something, Stacy. Stacy, I'm gonna give you some help, brother. I'm gonna give you some help. Okay. I got a family full of female lawyers and judges, so I know I'm used to the
Listen, look
likes.
what they're saying in the audience. They're saying she wasn't agreeing earlier.
I did agree. I told you that I knew men were, but what I'm telling you is that just because you believe something, and just because you believe it strongly, and just because you feel it in a certain way, does not make it a fact,
So
sir.
would you agree
I,
that that thing that I was feeling
I
strongly?
already agreed to that. Yes, I can say that. But what I'm telling you is that that does number
You
one,
frying his brain, Kimberly.
and this
Miss
is the thing,
Kimberly.
huh?
You deep frying his brain. Why you frying this noodle? Look at this brother.
Hey man, I went through about 5 minutes
All
of
I'm
trying to
trying to
convince
let
her
him
men
know is
are too
that
sexually
just because
driven.
he believes something, feels something strongly, does not necessarily make it a good thing. And it does not necessarily make it a fact. So just because men are sexually driven, that is an emotion. So if men are making their choices in their mates based on what they aesthetically see and what they emotionally feel and what they sexually desire, they are going to run into some women that they are not equipped for. So if the only thing that you are looking for is what's
We're
aesthetic,
getting into a
what's
whole different
sexually
topic.
pleasing, I'm just saying,
That's
just
fine.
because
It
you
does
do
get us in
something.
trouble, ma'am. It does.
So do you
Listen,
believe that picking somebody because it's aesthetically pleasing and because you're sexually driven is the best way to choose a
Ma'am,
mate.
that had nothing to do. It gets us in trouble sometimes. Some of us get lured off the hotels and wiped off the planet behind it. That had nothing to do with it, though. Listen, I have to ask you again. Listen, and I want you to do this for me. The man who would be suitable for you right now. Tell me his qualities and characteristics. How tall does he have to be? About 6 foot? Miss Kimberly?
I'm here.
How tall? The man who would be ideal for you right now, how tall would he have to be? Give me some characteristics about him. What type of occupation would you want him to have?
I'm only 5'4", so height is not a big deal.
Okay.
I don't date where I work.
But
And I
ma'am,
don't
listen,
typically
please,
date.
ma'am, please listen.
I'm
I don't want
trying
us.
to answer
Listen,
the
ma'am,
question,
hold on.
sir.
I'm gonna have to stop this before you do it.
You're going to have to give me the opportunity.
No, ma'am, because listen, I don't want you, ma'am. Just hold on for 1 second. I'm not talking about where you work, ma'am. This is really
I was answering the kind of man. I don't date white collar men. I date regular people. I don't care what you do for a living.
okay.
I don't care how much money you make.
Okay.
I'm
So
fiscally
what
responsible.
about him would you prefer about him? What?
What do you mean? If he was open-minded, if he was funny, if he had a strong relationship, with the females in his family, preferably, probably somebody who was not necessarily extremely traditional, not like, my parents did it because we're in a different age. But it doesn't take a lot to please me. If he can make me laugh, that's a plus. But even on my list, what a man makes and how tall he is not even in my top 20.
Okay. So I don't really know what to say, but based on whatever it is that you said, if that caliber of man popped into your life and you bumped into him at the grocery market tomorrow, would you entertain him?
Absolutely.
Okay, ma'am. So you said, this is why I was telling you, ma'am. A lot of the things we talk about, ma'am, it takes me 15 minutes to come back around for you to agree with me. Listen, what I'm telling you is this, ma'am. You are too open to dating. It's just that at this moment in time, ma'am, you can't get the caliber of man that you desire.
I just told you that the man I desire is just a regular dude. What do you mean
Where's he at?
caliber of dude? I'm
Hold
the
on.
Where's he
Let
at?
caliber
me.
of chick I desire. So it's not really that
Ma'am,
heavy
you
a burden
told me
for
that you
me.
don't decline. I'm
I'm
telling you,
sorry?
you do. You said you speak
Kimberly,
on facts, ma'am.
Hmm?
Do you believe that women decline?
Miss Kimberly,
Yes, sir.
Miss Kimberly.
Hey, hold on, BJ, hold
Yeah.
on. Miss Kimberly, do you came around after a minute
I
to
just need you
saying
to
that you
be more
stand on more than
specific. It
facts.
just depends on the woman.
Okay.
Ma'am, do you believe cars decline? Brick buildings?
Mercedes-Benzes don't. Rolls-Royces
Well,
don't.
now we're not even having an honest
You just
conversation, are we?
asked me if cars decline. I just named you a couple that hold their value. So you asked the question. I just answered
Ma'am,
it.
even
You just
a
didn't
car can turn
anticipate that.
100 years
You
old, ma'am,
didn't
and things will
anticipate the
start falling
answer.
apart.
You weren't prepared for the answer.
No, it's not good.
You
A
asked me a
car that is
question. I gave
100
it to
years
you.
old is going to be delicate, ma'am. Do you understand that?
Okay. So anyway,
Were you
I know that
prepared for
people
that?
pay top dollar for vintage cars.
I don't care about the
But
money,
you
ma'am.
asked me if
I
cars
am talking
decline.
about decline. You're talking about
Help
money.
him, sir.
There is no help. Do you agree that money can't keep something? People with
I've
billions
never
of
said
dollars
anything
decline
about
and die.
money. You brought the money up, not me.
Ma'am, I said decline. I didn't say
You
money.
said, do cars decline? I named a couple that don't.
Ma'am, do you know what decline is? It has
Of
nothing to
course
do
I
with
do.
money.
You would
Do
have to
you
bring a
believe people
stronger analogy.
decline?
I need a stronger analogy.
No, the word decline means decline.
And I gave you two that did not. So I'm confused.
She's not confused, Stacy. You're just you have to deal with Miss Kimberly a different way than you are. All right, and this is something that I learned. Okay, Miss Kimberly, you do understand what he's trying to get across to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're not confused about it. You're just not participating or cooperating in the conversation with him. and he wants you to cooperate a certain way, and you're refusing to, and you're doing it because, I don't know, maybe it brings you pleasure. I don't know
It's
what it
not
is.
about pleasure. It's just hard to answer a question, because when you ask a question about
It's not.
do
You're too
women
smart.
decline, it's too broad
That's
of a
I don't.
question because it depends.
Kimberly, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, I personally can hear the force of your intellect, and I don't believe that anything he's saying is going over your head. You're
Mm-hmm.
just not cooperating with the conversation. So, Stacy, the way that you communicate when you talk to women like Miss Kimberly is after you make your point, you ask them if they understood you, right? And then if she tells you, she's going to ask you questions, and what you're trying to get her to do is you're going to try to get her to show her intelligence by being able to repeat back what you said. Otherwise, it makes her look to everyone else and to herself as stupid. She won't make herself look stupid, so she will then repeat back what you're saying. That's the only way. Other than that, she's just going to frustrate your points. That's her nature. That's just the way she's used to communicating with men that she doesn't agree with. So that's what you're always going to get
Hey,
from her.
listen, people. I'm about to lock the live down. I'm about to shut the live. I'm rebooting it right back up. Everybody come right back. Miss Kimberly, come right back up. I'm starting the live right back.